Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss the legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedoms and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, the President and General Counsel of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country in the courtrooms of America. Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedoms.
America needs to stand strong, and America needs to stand with Israel. I am Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel. Joining me is Sean Akers, vice president of Middle Eastern Affairs for Liberty Counsel. We want to talk today about some of the things involving not only Israel, but the United States of America with respect to Israel, and also our leadership in the world. One of the things, Sean, when I was just in Israel about a week ago, that we discussed is America needs to stand strong, and even though it's still the world leader, so to speak, our status in the world is weakening. It's weakening for a couple of reasons, one of which is the dollar. If America doesn't get back on solid ground, and if we continue to move away from some of our fundamental values, and we continue to spend recklessly because we've lost our fundamental values, then who becomes the world leader? It's not America, it is China. America has become a world leader because it has been economically sound. We have sound values that we stand for, and we have been a clarion voice among a cacophony of confusion within the other nations. We need to have a strong leader who has a strong message, not just simply in appeasement, but stands strong like Reagan did against communism. He didn't compromise. He said simply, we win, they lose. America, when we have a strong leader that stands on strong values, and when America itself is strong economically and on our values, we can be the leader of the free world. But America is being weakened internally by some of these economic situations. If America loses the dollar as the standard for world currency, China and others are willing to come in and replace it, and China will become the de facto world power. So there are some significant issues that are at stake here in America within the next few years in terms of where we will be within this whole world of nations.
You know, Matt, there are at least two trends that have affected us negatively in a huge way in the recent years. One is having left or being in the process of leaving the Judeo-Christian ethic, and the other is turning our backs on the idea of American exceptionalism and being apologetic about who we are. Without those two things, quite frankly, if it weren't for the weak dollar that we're facing right now and this diplomacy of apology that has taken place as the tour de force of our foreign diplomacy over the past several years, I would dare say that Israel wouldn't be in the position that it's in right now, because the United States has always been a strong ally, independent, all by itself, that could stand with the state of Israel. Right now, we're weak in the eyes of the world, and there are many forces in the world that, quite frankly, would like to see a realignment of power globally. So when we find ourselves in the UN with unilateral statehood called for the Palestinians by and supported by various states around the world, we are not in the position we've been in the past. This is why leadership is so incredibly important.
It's very important, and what we have in our current leadership is an erosion of our fundamental foundational values, our core Judeo-Christian values, a policy of appeasement and a policy of apology, and a weakened dollar where no focus is on jobs and the economy, but on other ideological liberalism that this administration is pushing, all of which is towards the detriment of America, not only here domestically, but abroad as well. America needs to be that city on a hill. It needs to be that shining light, and we need to regain those fundamental values, because literally the future of our security and our freedom is hanging in the balance. Liberty Counsel, Sean, you and I were in Israel in June earlier this year, and then I had an opportunity to return 2 more times and was recently in Israel again. We are launching an ambassador program there, and one of the things, the 2 twin goals of that program would be to strengthen individuals' Christian faith and their Judeo-Christian values, and to equip them to become ambassadors for Israel. those twin goals are met by when you go to Israel, you naturally are connected back to the Scriptures, to our origins, to our history of our faith. And you're obviously connected back to Jesus the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, right there in the northern part in the Galilee, where he spent most of his ministry. And then obviously those critical times in the last week of his life in Jerusalem, where he rode the donkey on Palm Sunday into the city, where he ultimately was tried and went before Caiaphas, the high priest, and then when he was ultimately tried at the Antonia fortress, where the soldiers gambled over his clothes, and when he was ultimately executed on the cross, and then rose again on the third day. All of that you're connected back to. I mean, when you're there, it is a life-changing experience. And so Liberty Counsel has an ambassador program. We will be taking another trip in January and also in March of 2012. We'll have other trips that we will take later. And that is designed to really strengthen your Christian faith, but also, unlike just a regular tour where you're going to see the sites, and we will see the sites, we have experts that you will not hear and you will not see except in Israel. These are Israeli government experts, academic experts, and military experts talking about these core fundamental values and the issues geopolitically and within the Middle East that affect not only Israel but the United States and the entire world. The whole issue of Palestinian-Israeli conflict, Islam versus Judaism and Christianity, all of that is discussed during the week. So you may be interested or know somebody who is in going to one of these trips. You can call Liberty Counsel at 1-800-671-1776 or visit our website at lc.org and just send us an email. We will soon be announcing the dates, but it'll be right after the first of the year in January 2012, and then also in March of 2012. You might want to choose one of those dates to go on us because it is literally a life-changing experience.
You know, Matt, this is one of the most exciting developments that I've ever seen with Liberty Counsel, and I'll tell you why. This vacuum of leadership that we're talking about in the United States is a strange place. It's a wonderful place. No place has ever been like it before, and part of that is because our leaders in the United States aren't sovereigns. The people of the United States are sovereign. We hire folks to be the president and to sit in the halls of Congress. We hire those folks. They work for us. The neat thing historically about the American people is that when there's a leadership vacuum in those spots, the people tend to rise up. You're offering them an opportunity. Liberty Counsel is offering an opportunity not just to take tours of Israel. Those are wonderful, and I encourage everybody to take tours of Israel. But what you're really doing is developing substantive ambassadors from the United States to Israel, ambassadors that understand the details on the ground, that understand, and fascinatingly, what you're doing is connecting them with the past and the future at the same time. You see, it is the Judeo-Christian ideas that gave rise to Western civilization. It was the birthplace of all of the great blessings of the United States, and it's now turned to be the thing that empowers citizens to become ambassadors with or without government's permission. You can go educate yourself. You can go meet these people. You can go participate and support the land of Israel as a member of We the People, as an American, without waiting on buy or leave from the United States government.
That's right. It's an amazing opportunity that I would encourage you to attend. Some of the people on the event that we went recently said it was the best week that they ever had in their life. I mean, these were just over-the-top kinds of comments that it was life-changing. It just transformed them in so many different ways because you really get connected. I mean, if you think about it, when you get involved in Israel, so many things come out of that. First of all, you get connected back to the Scriptures. You obviously get connected with our history of our faith, with Jesus the Messiah, where it all began. Also in Caesarea Maritima, where Paul appealed to Caesar, and he was sent on a ship to Rome, and how the gospel went to Rome and to Europe, and then obviously to the United States. And you're right there at that moment, that place that still exists 2,000 years ago. You're not only connected to our faith, but you have the opportunity to understand American politics. It's natural to know that and get involved in it. The UN, the Middle East, Israel, geopolitical issues, prophecy, all of that just comes out of it. So it is an amazing opportunity. I would encourage you To learn more about our ambassador program, you can go to Liberty Counsel's website, lc.org, or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Maybe you might want to go with us on another trip to Israel and become a goodwill ambassador, or an ambassador not only for your faith, but for the nation of Israel as well. We're going in January and March of 2012. We'll have some other opportunities as well in 2012. Go to Liberty Counsel's website or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Ask for a Stand with Israel bumper sticker and sign the open letter. You can do that right there on the front page by going to Liberty Counsel's Grassfire Action email. You can be a part of that Grassfire Action email and become an active voice here in America for good. Go to Liberty Counsel's website today for more information. That's lc.org.
You have been listening to Matt Staver of Liberty Counsel. Our hope is to encourage and inspire you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedoms. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email update. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.